It's still very minimal volume for me. Let me see if I.
All right. Well,
It's like not having the speaker on like we had in the call yesterday.
that's so weird. That is strange. You don't have a headset?
Can you
Can
guys
you
hear
hear
us all
me?
right?
You can hear it? Okay. Yeah. I've heard testing it right now. She says you can hear it just fine. So, hold on. All right. So technical difficulties, guys, here in the beginning. Sorry about that. All right. So today we're doing something a little different on live here. I've done a few videos over the past week about cost of living in the Philippines. I shared my cost of living, and a lot of people were very surprised at that my budget's around $562 a month for all of my monthly bills. And Levi reached out and commented, and he said, "Hey man, I live off of 500 USD a month out here in the Philippines province." So I thought it'd be really interesting to do a live with Levi today and talk about what $500 a month looks like in the Philippines province. You know um, what day-to-day life is like. What did you have to give up? What did you gain by living on that budget? So I figured we just have a real conversation, no hype, no BS, and people can see that it's the real deal, and you can really live like that in the Philippines on that type of budget. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And if anybody has any questions, I'll be keeping up with the chat and making sure we're looking good on that. Stone Cold Steve Irwin, good morning. All right. Randy, good morning. Keyshawn, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. CJ, thank you. Good morning. So, yeah, Levi. So, man, 500 USD a month. So, tell me about where you live, what province you're in. And I know you told me you're close to the water, like really close. You're right on the water, basically, right?
Yeah. So we're here in Malay Aklan province. The tourist destination here is yeah, the tourist destination here is Boracay Island, and we came here initially to build a school in Boracay in 2012, and brought us here to the mainland a little bit later on to build a school here. We've been living in Balousbous since 2013. Um, I recently got my own apartment here where I'm paying 9K right here on the beach. It's 6 apartments in the building, 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. It's
Nice.
kind of a new construction. It wasn't here when I came here in 2013, I don't believe. I think it's been built since then. So we pay 9K a month for our rent, and that's our largest expense that we have. The next expense would be the electricity bill. The electricity bill runs us 4 to 5K. Last month it was 4K, so that accounts for 13K already out of the what is it? Is it 32? 32K is 500 USD.
500 USD is 20. I think it's 28, isn't it? Like around 28,000, something like that. It might be closer to 30. I know it's in that range as
Yeah.
far as what the USD is. So yeah, your electric
So
bill
I'm having
sounds
some
about the
technical
same.
difficulties here, and Randy, so I have to up my volume here on my phone so that I can hear you. But we're gonna keep rolling with it. But yeah, so we're gonna go from largest to smallest on our expense list. Y'all can calculate it at home. It should definitely not surpass 500. So we have the 9,000 rent for our apartment, followed by our 4,000 to 4,500 electricity bill. Our water bill has doubled since last year, but it's still at 390 pesos or something. And that's the minimum payment for water here through our Nawasa. Then we have, of course, our food budget. We say that it's about 300 pesos a day in eating, which some days we do surpass that, but some days we're also under that. We have local foods here that we're able to get for the two of us eating at 100 pesos per meal most times. Now we do supplement with eggs and lettuce a little bit. My wife doesn't eat lettuce actually, but she does eat our eggs.
Oh
So
wow. And you're a farmer for lettuce now, and your wife doesn't eat the lettuce. That's funny.
but yeah, so we have hmm, the the next biggest thing would probably be our fun budget or our entertainment budget, which
Mhm.
just covers things like data plans and trips and whatnot. That's typically running us about 3 to 4K per month, which is a lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be able to go out and do things. Um, I had it all here in these notes, and I should have put them on my other phone. I don't know what
No,
I was
that's all
thinking
right.
whenever I put the notes in the phone I'm going to be streaming on.
That's
But
all right. So what about like transportation? What do you do for transportation?
we have a tricycle that costs about 1,000 pesos to fuel up. So it's 1,000 pesos per month for transportation. We do have maintenance costs and things like that, but it's hard to give that a monthly budget.
For sure.
Um, but it's more of an annual budget. We probably spend 5K annually. Um, so like 500 maybe a month for maintenance, but that's like I said, sporadic and hard to determine.
Correct. For sure. Um, so you said you're living in an apartment, 9,000 pesos a month. Is that a one bedroom, two bedroom? What's the layout look like on that?
So coming into the apartment, it's a restroom to your right, and then you got the large sala that is a kitchen, eating, dining area. Um, and then to the first guest bedroom or the non-master bedroom is to the left, and then as you get to the back, there's an aircon room that is the master bedroom. They're both the same size, just one has aircon, one doesn't. So that's what makes it the master.
There you go. Awesome. Very, very cool. So, what's an adjustment you had to make, to live on a $500 a month budget? Was there a big adjustment for you? Is it something you'd been used to and you were ready for it, or was it, somewhat of an adjustment for you?
We well and lived on a really small budget. Mostly spending all my vices back in the day. Would drink a lot and had the tobacco thing that just really sucked up most of my spare money. But so that's the things that I really had to give away was the alcohol and the tobacco. But that's probably better for me as a person and for my spiritual health to just not rely on vices for happiness, but just hard work and a loving wife and uh, daily scriptures.
There you go. Awesome. Very cool. So you said for that apartment, 9,000 a month, you're right on the water. Like how far to the ocean for you?
It's less than 50 meters from the ocean from my door.
Wow.
We yeah, we're just like there's a parking area between us and the beach, and then there's the seawall or whatever, and then we're just right on the beach. It is you
Wow.
cannot get closer to being on the beach other than having sand at your front door, which is
Yeah.
ideal because sand on your front door is going to mean sand all through your house.
Correct.
We have a nice stoned parking area that makes it so we don't have sand in the house as much.
That's awesome, man. Being that close for that price, that's great. That's wonderful. And I think a lot of people will be interested to hear that. People that probably end up watching this live later is, for that amount of money, you can be that close to the water. A lot of people assume here to be on the water, close to the water like that, you need to spend a lot of money.
Well, yeah. So 9K is in today's dollars is like 150, $200. So that is like the cheapest rent that you're going to find in a Western society, but you're probably just going to have a single room and shared bathroom for something like that in the States. I'm not even sure if you could find something that
Probably
affordable
not.
in the
Yeah,
States at all.
probably not find anything that affordable in the States. But hello from Davao City. Hey, thank you for joining. Awesome. Um, yeah, that rent for being that close to the water is just amazing. And I just thought it'd be important for people to hear that, there's a lot of people out there that watch other YouTubers and there's a lot of YouTubers that say you need a minimum of $1,000 to $2,000 a month to even consider living in the Philippines. And it's just not true. It is based on lifestyle. It's based on, what you need to have in your life, what you want to have in your life. If you're somebody that likes to drink and you want to be able to drink all the time, you need to have a higher budget, right? Or whatever it is you may want. So, bottom line is it's lifestyle. You can live here. I've always said you can live here on 500. You can live here on 1,000. You can live an amazing life on $1,000 here if you budget it right. I mean, you can live an amazing life. Here in our town, we actually have some apartments that are only $50 a month to rent. Now they're studio apartments. It's just an open floor plan, bedroom, kitchen area, everything in one area, and then you have a separate bathroom. But $50 a month, so pretty cool.
Sorry, I'm really running through this technical problem here.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. I'm getting a lot
so
of
yeah,
echo
back to the budget.
from your phone.
Running through this technical problem here. So yeah, back to the budget. Let me try kicking out of here for a minute. See
No, go ahead.
if I can get this to
Yeah,
work.
or if you got a headset, throw a headset in. That'll get rid of the echo.
Try kicking out of here for a minute. See if I can get this to work. The headset is MIA. We'll be right back.
All right, man. Good question, Stone Cold. Steve Irwin. That's a good question. What about diapers? Yeah, I'm sure he that. Um, but I also know he's got a dual income going on as well.
All
So,
right, let's try this again. Can you
Yeah, I can hear you really good.
try to get to a more quiet area so that I can just hear you off my phone? But yeah, so we are. That's a great. What about the are we've been able to pesos per bundle of three, so that lasts us for about a month because there's 30 diapers in a bundle, I think 27, something like that. But
Yeah,
you're still
volume's
getting feedback, you said, Stone?
no audio's much better. No feedback. Audio's much better. That's what Stone Cold was saying. Let's see. Doug from Glenwood Springs, Colorado. I am coming next year. Can't wait. Enjoy your perspective and insight. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Can't wait to hear when you get over here next spring. That's wonderful. Yeah, audio is much better now for sure. No more feedback. That's good. That is good.
All right, I got one more trick up my sleeve because this audio is just not coming in for me. I'm going to swap my phones here, see if my secondary phone does
All
any
right.
better. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all.
It's no problem. Hey, Donald. Stone Cold. What about online shopping? Yeah, online shopping. That's definitely something people need to add in their budget for sure. Um, that's something I had to, I fell in love with Lasada when I first got here, man, knowing that I could order. I mean, it's a lot like Amazon, right? You can literally get on Lasada or Shopee and order anything you. Um, and I had to kind of control myself with that, man. The online shopping was just too
Oh my
easy, and the
goodness.
fact that it could get delivered
Thank you,
right
Lord.
to you was just really cool.
We're
So,
back and we have no feedback. Are you getting any feedback now?
no, none.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Randy. I thought that using the new phone would be best, but apparently not.
No, you're good. I was just answering Stone Cold. He asked a question, what about online shopping? And I told him one of my struggles when I first got here was I fell in love with Lasada, man. And the fact that I could just order anything on Lasada, I loved it. So I had to kind of control myself and budget myself with the online shopping stuff. But, um, and of course, coming from shopping on Amazon, then you see the prices on Lasada and it's like, oh, wow, this is great. It's really easy to fall into that and really enjoy the online shopping here. So, but that's a good point. Stone Cold. Yeah, man. I mean, 50,000 pesos a month, that's, yeah, if you're drinking on a daily basis, yeah, 50,000 pesos a month for sure. For sure. 50,000 is a good number, depending on where you are in the Philippines, man. Beer's cheap, you know, um, gin, their favorite drink here, is even cheaper. But, if you are in a province area, a nice rural area, a small town like I'm in, or somewhere like Levi's in, $50,000 a month or 50,000 pesos a month. Yeah, man, you can live really, really nice, well here, especially if you're single. I mean, that's good money. If you're single, that's great. All depends on lifestyle, man. That's what it boils down to. What you're looking for out of life. That's it.
So I decided that we would maybe cover a little bit of agricultural investments and the idea with like that $500 can become more whenever you take an opportunity to stipend 10%, 50 US dollars or whatever, to invest into chickens and invest into gardening things. Now you do land that you can lease, land that you can that just works for you instead of
I lost your audio there. I can't. There you go. Your audio is back now.
okay,
Yeah,
10-4.
no, investment's a really good idea. Yeah, if you're here on a budget, there's always ways that you can save a little money, invest it here and there. Agriculture is a great way, especially if you're somewhere with a little bit of land. Um, that's a really good idea. Really, really good idea for sure.
Sorry, I'm responding to my wife.
No, you're good. We're actually working on a little agricultural investment ourselves. My wife here, she's a school teacher at the agricultural high school. We have a goat there that's kind of like the class ambassador. But anyways, right now we're working on a new big area for the goat. We're getting two other goats, and we're going to start breeding them. And we're splitting the profits with the school. So the school gets some profits, we get some profit as well, which will be nice. We're also adding chickens, which is going to be really cool. So that's something that's interesting and an investment for us that we're working on. You back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I got you.
I can't hear you. Oh my goodness. We're gonna hop out again and hop back in. I'm sorry, Randy. This is
No, there's no
quite the
problem.
mess
Not a
up on
problem.
my part.
That's not a problem. It's all right, man. Not a problem. So yeah, guys, just talking about budgets here in the Philippines. Anybody scrolling through and stopping on this live, my buddy Levi's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm here to answer your questions. My signal's good. Any questions you have about budgeting and what you can really come to the Philippines and live off of, I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. If you have on my budget, my immediate monthly bills, including food, are around
All right.
$562 a month. So
Yeah,
that's a video that you guys can check
my
out,
audio is
if you
cooked.
haven't
I
seen
don't
it
know
already.
what I'm doing wrong here. That it doesn't want to go to speaker for me.
That's all right. Stone Cold, what about the extended family cost, health emergencies, etc.? All right, as far as the extended family cost, I don't experience that. I know some guys out here do, but the family I'm involved with out here in the Philippines, they're all very successful. They all work, they all have jobs. No one's ever asked me for a penny, so there's zero extended family costs I have. Other than we have a couple boys in college. As far as any other family, none of that. Um, the health emergencies, if you guys have a health emergency, we always have some money set aside. My wife has an HMO with the school, so she's good. She's covered. Kids are covered. So no issues there other than me. I've only had to go to the doctor once since I've been here for my back. It cost me 547 pesos, and I got a prescription, and I was good to go. It's all under health needs too. Everybody has different health needs, so that price could change for sure. Can you break down Davao City is a place I'm looking to move to, Randy? I've been there before. It was last summer. Can you break down the cost there? I'm hearing one of the most affordable places, also one of the cleanest places. Okay, so JJ, I don't know if you saw my video that I did all about pricing in the different cities. And I have a breakdown of the pricing in that area for condos and apartments. Definitely check out that video. I don't have all the info directly in front of me right now. Hold on. I'm getting a lot of feedback from your audio, man.
Feedback from my audio.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Let me. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what the choice is. Maybe we could try without a mic. Maybe
Yeah,
that.
try it without a mic.
All right.
JJ, I'm dropping a link to that video in the chat. And that's the video I did on cost breakdown in different areas. And it'll give you a general cost, and you'll be able to go off of that for sure. That should help you. So check out that link, JJ, that I just dropped there, and that should give you a good idea of what you'll be spending for rent, like Davao. It is one of the cheaper areas as far as like a more touristy place and things of that nature. So if that's the area you're looking for, JJ, that'd be a good area for you, for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry, Levi's having a lot of technical difficulties today. Um, Hopefully he can get that worked out. Yeah, I think that's a good area, man. If you like a more fast paced style, that's where it's going to be at for you. It's a pretty area. It's very clean. It's really nice. It's really, really nice. Um, there are obviously a lot more expats in Manila and Cebu because of the nightlife and the bar scene and all that good stuff. But Davao, I think you would like that a lot. It's not as fast paced as the cities, but it still has that fast pace to it. There is a lot of things to do in that area, so you would probably enjoy that. White Tiger Labs, do you know much about the island of Mindoro? No, I do not. I do not know much about that island. I wish I did. What about you, Levi? Do you know anything about that island?
I know people that are staying there, but other than that, yeah, I don't know. I wish I would spend more time being more adventurous and finding other islands and seeing what the Philippines has to offer in other places. But I'm so tied down with farm activities and family that there's no way that I could find the time to do that
Really
unless if I
travel
just,
around.
yeah, unless if I
Yeah.
just found some sort of employee to manage the farm completely.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some more traveling hopefully next year throughout the Philippines and getting more information for everybody that's interested. Um, but yeah, I don't know much about that island. Um, hold on, Marjorie, what do you know about Mindoro as far as like foreigners going there? It's a nice island. Is it touristy or? She said, so my wife is saying White Tiger Labs, that there is a lot of tourist areas there on that island. She said it's a very nice island. It's very pretty. So there's a lot of nice places and things to see there. I don't know anything about cost of living or any of that kind of stuff there. I'm not sure.
But yeah, so I was trying to explain a little bit before we had all these technical difficulties. If you can take the opportunity to just save $10 a month or something to buy a handful of chickens for $10, you can probably buy two or three a month. Or you can buy them as chicks and get a lot of them. And then you're going to obviously have to feed them, which is, again, more of an investment, but find ways to make your money work for you in ag, or if you're maybe like you were talking about earlier, if you had a Lazada company that you just buying things on Lazada and then reselling them in a storefront, those are the type of things that a small budget can, over a course of a year, uh stretch a lot further than $500. We are able to live on 500, and we have lived on 500. But currently, because of my agricultural investments, we do get sometimes more than 500 a month, to
That's
supplement
great.
certain activities. And but honestly, most of the money that I'm making from my agricultural investments is going right back into the agricultural investments to grow it to the point where within 2 to 5 years we'll be able to just start reaping a lot of cash from the investment that we've made. At this point,
That'd be
we have
that'd be
to.
cool.
We've saved money because we built this chicken barn that cost us 150K, and we're now taking all that money to save towards all the money that we get from the barn to save towards another barn.
Awesome.
So you
You
said you're
know,
going to get some chickens.
oh yeah, we're going to in a minute. We are soon. Hold on, real sec. White Tiger Labs. You're welcome for answering all the questions. AC, yeah, I dropped it there in the chat for you too, White Tiger Labs. But AC, yes, I use AC, but only at night in our bedroom. That's it. We don't have AC anywhere else in the house, and we only use it at night because the bill will go up tremendously if you run it during the day for sure. But it's a 2 horsepower window unit, so those are terrible on energy cost anyway. If it was a mini split unit, it'd be a different story. Mini splits definitely do a lot better on the electric bill here than these window units or wall units do, but the mini split units do a really good job, for sure. So when we finish building our house, we're going to have mini splits throughout, and make it a real energy efficient home. But they also have mini splits here now that are completely solar, and they're quite inexpensive. So that's something I'm looking into too. I think that's going to be great. White Tiger Labs. So you're leaving the USA to arrive in Mamboro City in Mindoro Island to meet my girlfriend's family. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome, man. I hope that meeting goes well. I'm sure the family will love you, man. You already know you have a girlfriend from here. The Filipino people are amazing and so welcoming, and they're very caring people. I hope that's an awesome experience. I hope you have a safe trip. Can't wait to hear more about it, man. That's wonderful. Congratulations on that. So yeah, we're getting some chickens soon. I was talking about it earlier. So we have the goat Blondie, and we're getting um, we're getting two more goats this summer before school starts back because we're building her a whole new area. So we're gonna have two more goats, start breeding them, and we're doing the chicken coop. We're gonna have chickens. So I'm really excited about that. And it's a deal that we made with the school. So we're doing like a 40, it's like a 40-60 split. We get 60% of the profit. School gets 40% of the profit. So it's cool. We're giving back to the school and we still get profit as well. So it's really neat because we're making all the investment, but we're using the school's land. So it's a pretty good deal. I'm happy with that deal, and I think it's great.
They're going to
Uh,
be layer hens or native birds.
I'm going to do Rhode Island Reds. We're going to do Rhode
Okay.
Island Reds. They're great layers. I had Rhode Island Reds back in America years ago. Love them. They're great, great layers. White Tiger Labs. Where does the guest live at with your farm?
Yeah. So I'm here in Malay Aklan, Philippines. It's near Boracay. For a quick search of Boracay will show you where we're at. Um, but yeah,
And for
we
those of you that don't know, Boracay is one of, I mean, for the past, I don't know what, 10 years, it was in the top 10 destinations of tourists in the world. So it's a
yeah.
huge tourist area, but you're just outside of that, right? You're right below that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we still are. We're at a disadvantage for purchasing land because the land price here is about as much as it would be to buy square footage in New York City.
Oh,
It's
wow.
yeah,
Wow.
it's like the property that we're farming on. They want to sell for 2 million, and it's 1,000 square acres or 1,000 square meters, which is a fourth of an acre for
Right.
2 million. So that's 40K for land. That's just a fourth of a. So per acre, that'd be 200K.
Wow. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Land's a lot cheaper out here. A lot cheaper out here. Hey, from Chicago. Chat with Ty. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching from Chicago. That's awesome. Hey, Reggie. Reggie Burns. Thank you, bud. Um, yeah, so that land over there, wow, that's just like prices back in America. That's
Yeah.
super high. That's super high. Wow. Yeah, land out here is pretty cheap. You can do, they sell it by most of the plots here are around 100 square meters is what they sell it as. Um, it starts at 100 square meters and then goes up, depending on where you are. 100 square meters here is it's about say it's about $1,800 US
Yeah.
around there. So it's not too bad. And a lot of people, for those of you that don't know, in the Philippines, most houses here are built on a 100 square meter lot or even smaller. Um, so, especially in town areas like where I am in this small town, a lot of these houses are built on 100 square meters, or some of them are only built on 50 square meters, but they'll have a four-story house. You know what I mean? So they'll get they'll get their space out of it for sure. White Tiger Labs. My girlfriend's family found a friend that has a three-bedroom house. They're asking 10K a month for rent, but the fridge and AC in one room is broke. I don't plan to run all at all. Maybe just at night in a room. Man, 10K a month for a three-bedroom house. That's a great deal. That's a great deal. Um, I think that's awesome. Back in early 2023, I rented a two-bedroom house in Cebu province for a while for around no, it was a one bedroom. I'm sorry, one bedroom house, but it was a big house for around 10K a month. So if you're getting a three-bedroom house for 10K a month, that's a pretty good deal. Um, you obviously take a look at it when you get there. There are a lot of people in barangays that know how to work on AC units and refrigerators and stuff like that. You should be able to get something like that fixed pretty cheap. So that's cool. Also, the landlords here are pretty chill. Most of the ones I've dealt with are pretty chill. You know, I've rented three different places over here in Quezon Province now, and I broke the lease on the last one, and I still got my deposit back and everything. They're awesome. So, you know, any upfits I do to this place that I'm renting now, the landlord knocks it off my rent. If I add anything or upgrade it, if I replace an outlet or a light switch, she'll knock it off my rent. So it's really, really cool. A lot of the landlords are pretty chill. Reggie, feel positive. Okay. Reggie Burns, you're always the one that asked me that about Stu Leonard, right? I replied to you one day and asking you if it was about if you're referring to the Stu Leonard that had to do with Christ. I want to say it was Dairy Brothers. Let me know, man, because you get me with that every time. White Tiger Labs. I was thinking of offering 8K or 9K a month, but my girlfriend said they were asking 15K, and apparently she got them to 10K. So I don't want to bully them down if she's telling the truth. Yeah, I mean, 10K is a good deal, man. To be honest with you, 10K is a really good deal. You could try if you want, you know. And they might be like, yeah, 9K, we'll take it, or the 10K is pretty solid. And I was gonna say 15K is more about right for a three-bedroom house. Depending on the size of the house, 15K is about right for a three-bedroom. So 10K, I would say, is a good deal. But yeah, if you want to, try and negotiate, by all means, try it. People love negotiating here. The Philippines, they love negotiating. I love doing it at the wet market, man, for food and stuff. You can negotiate all the time. It's great. It has all the furniture, beds in all rooms. Is probably the only option in the city with flushing toilets and showers. So, dude, take it. 10K a month. It's already furnished, flushing toilets, all that good stuff. Man, hop on that for 10K a month. I would 100% take that. Hey, Mara, um, I would 100% take that. That's a great deal. I mean, what do you think, Levi? 10K a month, three-bedroom, fully furnished. Oh, he walked away for a minute. But yeah, White Tiger Labs, I would hop all over that. I would tell you right now, if I had a house in my town here for that price, fully furnished, I would move. I would move. And I love this place that we're in. I absolutely love it. But if we found a house like that, man, I would hop all over it. That's a great deal. So yeah, the beef here is I'm glad you asked that, White Tiger Labs. Asking about protein options. Obviously the main protein options here are fish, chicken, and pork. Now you do have beef and you do have carabao. Okay, the beef here, I've bought beef a few times here, and the cows here are completely different than what you're used to in the United States. The cows are completely different. I would call it. It has more of a gamey taste, is what I would say. The beef here has more of a gamey taste to it, is how I would describe it. And the Carabao's not bad. I like it actually. The Carabao's pretty good. We don't have access to it as often here, but even beef here, like the regular cows at the market, only come twice a week. It's only available twice a week. So my main staple is chicken and pork. I don't eat a lot of fish. I do eat a lot of seafood, but not a lot of fish. Um, but yeah, it all depends on location too, where you're at. Some places have better access to beef and Carabao than others. It just depends. Um, but the beef is definitely different here, and I can't cook it like I was able to cook it in America. Like I've tried to buy like steak here and cook it like I did in America, and it comes out terrible. I suck at cooking beef here, and I love cooking, and I'm just terrible at cooking beef here. Plan to eat a lot of eggs, dude. I eat about 4 to 6 eggs a day. I eat eggs every day here. I don't skimp on eggs at all. Seafood guy, yeah, I was a big seafood guy in America here, but I'm a big cold water seafood guy. I'm from the East Coast, Northeast. Cold water seafood's where it's at for me. So here it's a little different because it's all tropical seafood, but it's still good. There's good mussels. There's great crabs here. Crabs are really good here, especially if you get the big mud crabs. They're amazing. Um, yeah, octopus, man, squid. You'll have access to all that daily in most markets here. Most wet markets, you'll have access to all that kind of stuff. Crabs are kind of hit or miss, a couple times a week usually, but shrimp here is really good, and shrimp here is one of the biggest agricultural products they have here in the Philippines. Shrimp is farmed like crazy here, so shrimp is really good. It comes from the farms. It's good shrimp. You can get really good shrimp here and tiger prawns, as well as the freshwater prawns with the super long arms. You can get those as well. Those are really good.
Is the feedback
Yeah,
better?
yeah, feedback's great now. Feedback's
Okay,
great.
that's good.
Yeah, I'm not getting a crazy echo. My girlfriend's sister is always posting seafood every day because her guy's family is fishermen. Yeah, man. Anybody that lives near the water here, 9 times out of 10, there's a guy in the family or more than one guy in the family that's a fisherman. So I'm a big fisherman in America. Here, I have all my fishing gear here. I had my family send it all over in ballot buy-in boxes because I love fishing. I absolutely suck at fishing here. I can't catch anything. It's terrible. So I'm dying for a Filipino man to take me out on one of their boats and take me out like real deep sea fishing here. I want to do it so bad. I'm hoping that I'll have that opportunity one day.
That
My
do you
Majesty's
have a
brothers and dad are still. We might get a good deal. Yeah, you'll definitely get a good deal on seafood, man. If her family's fishermen, they'll hook you up for sure, for sure. I'm sorry, Levi. Go ahead. I was just answering.
do you have a deep sea rod or do you have like a
Yeah,
shore
yeah.
rod?
I have all. I have deep sea rods. I got everything, man. I'm loaded down here with gear. Loaded down with gear. Reggie, grocery store, okay. The mega shopping experience for me. You call it a diary. I call it a grocery store. And how I'm leaning towards is light water and a good road. So also Iliao. Heck yeah, man. All right, good. All right, so we were talking about the same thing. Got it. Yeah, dude. The area you're leaning towards is going to be really good for you. I think you'll really enjoy that area. It's a very nice area. You'll definitely have good roads out there and things like that. And I think it's funny. A lot of people comment about the roads here. I've traveled the entire length of Quezon Province, and the roads aren't bad. The roads are great. I mean, they're striped. They have everything. They've got the reflectors. They have solar lights now all the way down all the main roads here. The roads are really nice. I lived in South Carolina in the U.S. and potholes everywhere. The roads were terrible in South Carolina. The roads here are better than they were back in South Carolina in the U.S. So, you know, um, I don't think you have any issue with the roads. It's when you get out to the more rural areas, way out in the middle of nowhere, you're going to see a lot of dirt roads and things of that nature, some gravel roads. But man, throughout my town and all the way down Quezon Province from the city to here, which is an 8.5 hour trek from Manila City to where I am, the roads are wonderful. They're great roads. Monthly electric bill with AC in my bedroom at night. So funny you should ask. I actually have my bill right here wrapped around the cash that I need to go pay it. So I can go ahead and share that with you right now. My electric bill, I got to go pay that after we're done here. So my electric bill today is 5,317 pesos. Right there. Last month it was 4,500 pesos. So I fluctuate kind of like Levi said, 4 to 5K. That's about what mine is, 4 to 5K. We typically don't turn the aircon or the AC on in the bedroom till about 7:30 at night, and we turn it off around 6 a.m., 5 a.m. when we get up, right around there. And we're pretty strict about that. But we did have her mother's birthday party at our house earlier last week, so we had like 6 fans running. Everything was running for a few hours in here. So I knew the bill was going to be a little bit higher this month. But it's pretty easy to maintain the electric bill here. It's not hard. We have a lot of solar lights that we use in the evening. I don't use any lights during the day because we get a lot of light. We're on the third floor, so a lot of natural light comes in. My windows stay open year round here. I don't close the windows. And a lot of people say, "Oh my God, mosquitoes." I don't have any issue with mosquitoes here at all. And if we have any that fly in the house, I light some sandalwood incense. They're out of here. They don't mess with us. I mean, so mosquitoes are no worse than they were in the South in America during the summer.
Mhm.
Like they're really not. People like say that to me all the time. Like, man, what about the mosquitoes? And I'm like, dude, man, don't bother me. Like my windows are open. The only time we've closed the windows and doors is during a typhoon. That's it. I mean, we have a locked gate on our stairs, so we keep our front door open, our sliding glass door open, all the windows are open all the time, and I absolutely love it. Turn on the option to donate, my man. I would love to, and I don't know how to do that. So I
Do you
don't know
have
how
a
to do that.
PayPal linked to your channel?
No, I don't have PayPal linked to my channel.
No.
No.
That's I hooked up that once I had people asking for donations on live streams. That's
Oh
probably
wow,
if you got a PayPal. I mean, I've gotten I don't know 200 $300 since I did that. So yeah,
that
it's
would be that would be such a blessing. My God.
yeah.
I didn't even know I could do that. So I'll have to figure that out. White Tiger Labs, thank you so much for even mentioning that, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that because I have yet to make any money on YouTube. So that would be so sweet. I'm working hard though. I'm trying to get there so I can make some money. I'm monetized, but I cannot get Google AdSense to approve my email. So if anybody knows a trick with Google AdSense, please let me know. What part of the 5K is from the AC? Probably around 3K. No, I would say it's a little less than that. Honestly, man, I think the AC at night it doesn't work as hard. Okay, during the day here, man, if you run like a window unit, it is gonna work its ass off to keep your room cool. And unless it is a good unit with an inverter and it has a built-in thermostat where it'll turn on and off and you're in a room that's well insulated. Okay. If I were to run the AC throughout the day, that would probably add 3K to my bill in a day. I mean, that would add a lot. Not 3K, that's pretty extreme. But over the month, say I ran the AC during the day once a week, I would probably add a couple thousand to that bill, a couple thousand pesos to that bill, 100%. Because, I used to work remotely and I worked all night and I slept during the day. So I was running the AC during the day while I slept and we were running it at night. And our bill was pushing 10,000 a month when I was
Yeah.
running. So it makes a huge difference when you run it during the day. Massive difference.
But that's me and my wife. We lived without a refrigerator for 9 months because we were
Yeah.
like not sure if it was worth the investment. If we were planning to move to the States in the future, and we're like,
Right.
if we get a refrigerator, then what? It's a big investment. Plus, you got the electric bill. But it was only maybe 800 pesos more
Yeah. Yeah.
adding
Well,
a refrigerator.
what's funny here? I'm dying for a big refrigerator, man. Like my old man raised me to stock on food all the time, stock up a freezer. You always stock on your food, right? Here we have a dorm room refrigerator. That's our refrigerator with a little mini ice box at the top, guys. That's what I use, and that's what I've been using for the past 3 years. I cannot wait to buy a real. And the thing is, big refrigerators here, like we have back home, they're cheap. They're not nearly as expensive as they are back home.
Yeah.
I've been to the appliance stores, priced them. I'm like, oh my god, for $300, I could have a full size fridge, man, with a full size freezer. I'm like, oh my god. So, Grand Dollar, interesting. Not that the AC running. Yeah, man, no AC during the daytime at all, man. Like I don't run it at all. Right now, I have a fan blowing on me. But even during the day, when I'm sitting in the main area of the house, if we get a lot of wind because we're close to the water. I'm sure Levi, you experience that too. Like you always have wind. You get used to it, and you have that breeze. As long as you have that breeze, it's beautiful. Now there are days here where the wind's not blowing at all, and it can be rough. It can be really,
And
really
it's
rough.
always a brownout day.
Oh yeah, it never fails. It never fails. It's whenever we have a scheduled brownout here. They're like, "Oh yeah, Saturday the power will be off for 8 hours." By the way, there's not going to be any wind, and that's usually what it's like. You're right. uh, yeah, during that, man, don't open the fridge. Yeah, and I've always been nervous about stocking up the fridge too. White Tiger Labs because of the brownouts. But dude, you can get a very inexpensive solar setup just for your refrigerator if you want that you can use during brownouts. They're really cheap. You could do a great little solar setup for that, man, for around 250 bucks. You could run your Wi-Fi, you could run your refrigerator, you can run a fan if you want to while you have those brownouts. So they do them weekly there. That's wild. Yeah, we have monthly brownouts here that are scheduled. And I like the fact that they're scheduled because you know to plan for it. You can prep for it. You can charge up your battery packs, whatever you got going on, wireless chargers, whatever you might have. Um, so I do like that they let you know. They always post it on Facebook a week before. They let us know, hey, we're going to be without power. And typically it's back on before they say that it's going to be back on, which is nice. Simon, that's interesting. My power was 2,300 pesos in Cebu, and my missus would run the window aircon when she was sleeping. It was a tiny unit. Yeah, that's not bad, man. 2,300 pesos is great. That's really good. Yeah, power bills are definitely different in a lot of different areas in the Philippines. It depends on where you are, depends on the municipality, depends on the town, because there are a lot of added fees into the electric bills here that a lot of people don't pay attention to. For instance, there's a lot of people that steal electricity in the Philippines, and that's added into your monthly bill. So all of us that pay our electric bills here, all the Filipinos that pay their electric bills, you pay for the stolen electricity as well. It's divided up between all the electric bills, and you pay for that as well in certain towns. I'm not sure if every town's like that, but our town is. So Yeah, during the brownout, Reggie's right. Keep the doors closed on the ref. Absolutely. Yeah, that's, just like back in America, you had a storm or whatever and the power was out. Man, that was the first thing I always told my son. Don't touch the refrigerator. Don't open it. We don't know when the power is going to be back on.
And contrary to popular belief or what your mind might think, it actually helps to have a fully stocked refrigerator or freezer
Hmm.
during a power outage because the items are going to keep the refrigerator more cool because they're holding that heat
Very good point.
or
Very good
cool.
point. Especially in the freezer. If you got a stock freezer and it's all frozen, yeah, you're good. You can go 24 hours. If you don't open that thing, you're good to go. Simon, my power is 3K now. I'm in Dumaguete where I have a little bar fridge, but also got a mini chest freezer from Lasada that costs 5K. Man, I was looking at that chest freezer. I want to get that one so bad. It's only 5K. Simon, how is it? Tell me. Is it decent or does it build up with ice like crazy inside the freezer, on the walls where it just gets thicker and thicker with ice? Let me know, dude, because I've been looking at that freezer for the past year. I want to get that freezer. It's cheap, and I'm like, that'll do. That'll be perfect for us. That would be
Do
cool.
they
Thanks
have
for
an
that.
SNR near you?
The SNR, we have a membership to SNR. For those of you that don't know, SNR is basically the Costco of the Philippines. It's absolutely amazing. It's wonderful. I love it. But it is 3.5 hours away from us. So it's not the easiest place to go. After we bought the membership, we went once. So we haven't been back since because we don't have a vehicle. So going up there, taking a bus, then bringing everything home on a bus, it just doesn't make sense, especially for perishables. We went up there one time for dry goods, stocked up on a bunch of dry goods, and that was it. But you can order directly through SNR online and have it delivered straight to your door as well with the membership. So you can do that. I don't
That's
know if
I
it's like
actually
that
didn't
in
even
your
notice
area,
that. Yeah,
but
that's something
yeah,
I need to take advantage of. I'm 4 hours away from an SNR, but my dad
yeah,
does have a van, and we make trips to that city, Iloilo, probably quarterly at least. So we get stocked up on
nice.
things pretty regularly.
Nice. Yeah, man. It's when we do get a vehicle one day, when we do, um, yeah, I'll be renewing our membership there, and that's where I'll stock us up. Once we have a nice big freezer and refrigerator, yeah, I'll once a month I'll be going to SNR, stocking us up, man. That's the way to go. I was super excited the first time I ever went there. I was like, this is amazing. It's great. It's just like Costco. They have the whole eatery there where you can eat their signature dishes and they have pizza and all that fun stuff. But the cool thing is, for those of you that don't know too, is it's a lot of imported goods. They even have USDA choice beef there. You can get ribeye steaks and T-bones and you name it. So it's really neat. I cleaned the freezer the other day. It was the first time I cleaned it since we moved here in November last year. Okay, cool. So, but no issues with that freezer, Simon. It's been good. I mean, I've been looking for a review on that freezer. I've been watching that one. I had it in my cart forever on Lasada. 5K a
What
month.
brand is the one you're looking at?
I don't even remember the brand. Best investment I made since I got here. Awesome. All right, Simon. Thanks, man. Next time I got an extra 5K, I'm doing it. I'm getting that freezer. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting that little freezer. It's just a little chest freezer, the top open, the little deep freezer opens on the top. And man, I've been looking at it forever. I forgot the brand. I think there's a couple different people that throw their name on it, but it's all around the same price. It's like 5K across the board. It's really cheap. Yeah, hopefully I can talk Marjorie into that. Hopefully I can talk her into letting me buy that. I want to
Yeah,
get that. I want to get that. That'd be great, man. I
you
just
could
want to be able to
tell her
stock up
you'll
on
start an
food.
ice business.
Yeah, right. Dude, we have so many people that sell ice like within 5 steps of us. There's no way. Home Fun is the brand. Gotcha. Thank you, Simon. I'm gonna write that down right now though before I forget. Home Fun. I'm gonna put that back in my cart. Home Fun. Freezer. Heck yeah, man. I appreciate it, Simon. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. So yeah, the ice business. Yeah, there's people that sell ice everywhere. Um, I do like where I like being in the center of town, and I don't like being in the center of town because I want to be out in the countryside. You know what I mean? But the convenience of being right here in town is wonderful. I mean, it's great, man. I can walk anywhere I need to go. Like to go pay my electric bill here in a few minutes, I'm going to be walking there. You know what I mean? It's great. I absolutely love it. I do love that. I think it's awesome. But I can't wait to get out in the countryside for sure. So, Levi, do you guys planned on eventually building or buying some
B-
land, or what's
Building and
your
buying,
thoughts?
yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a rice field. Get a good shot of.
Oh wow.
It's mostly all weeds right now in the soil section. But yeah, here's our hydroponic greenhouse
Nice.
expansion, and then the
Wow.
existing one. So it's going to be multiple, like 4 times bigger once we get the plastic on. We got plastic from Manila that came and it was torn in half. So
Mm.
we wound up having to get a new order in of plastic to cover that part. Then we got our chicken barn over here, and then these small chicken pens. I was raising broiler chickens in the past, but
Okay.
just right over here as you enter the rice fields, that rice field is for sale for the best price I've seen available, 1,000 pesos per square meter. The land we're farming is 2,000 per square meter. We just have a 10-year lease on it, um, which has really been ideal. But that plot that's just right across the river is half the price of the lot that we're currently on. And I'm thinking that that would be the perfect place to build. Aside from the fact that once you get heavy rains, it floods in there pretty good because it's a rice field. Um,
Right.
aside from that, we'd just have to build it on stilts or something, or do a second floor so that we had a place to go when it did rain. But yeah, so we're planning on getting uh, getting the house started soon. And then we could build on this 10-year lease land that we have, but it's just a matter of where do you put it, and then are you willing to sacrifice it if you want to, when the 10-year lease is up and we decide that the agricultural projects have done well or haven't done well enough to reinvest. I think we're probably just gonna go ahead and do 100-year lease after the 10-year, but I'm not sure. That's
That'll
kind
be
of
good.
all up in the air because of the fact of my wife and I potentially going back to the States. But I'm thinking that I'd
Everald
like to
Tatum.
build a kubo right here beside this. We'll move this
Yeah.
chicken pen for the broilers to the other portion of the farm, and then build a nice kubo here for just like $800 that
Right.
we could potentially stay at and lose that 9,000 peso monthly rent bill and stay in
Right.
the kubo for a time. But we have a 4-month-old baby, so we're not quite sure we want to live in the native house just quite yet. We figured
Yeah. Wait till she gets a
get her
little
at
bit
least
older.
6 months old before we would decide to move. But if we could take that 9,000 uh, pesos and start saving it towards other things, that could really,
That's a huge
uh,
difference. That'll open up a lot of
yeah,
doors
make a
for you.
huge difference.
Yeah. All right. Everald Tatum. You can certainly live with $1,000 a month. 500 would be tight, even if you are a single non-vice person. But with 1,000, you can live decently. 500, I think, would only be tight depending on where you are. In certain areas, you can live on 500 very, very comfortably, especially as a single person. There are apartments for rent in my town that are $50 a month. So 500 is 100% doable. It depends on your lifestyle, depends on what you need, what you want out of life, let alone vices. If you're a single person on 500, you're smart with your money, you can live just fine here. 1,000, much better for sure. You can live a very comfortable, fun life here on $1,000 a month. Absolutely. Again, across the Philippines, it is so different everywhere you go. So many people like to think the Philippines is the same everywhere, and it's not. It is very different everywhere you go in the Philippines. You know, you can live really cheap here that you can't live over there really cheap, vice versa. Um, so yeah, but good point. $1,000, I think, is the sweet spot. That's the happy spot that I think everybody would like to be at. $1,000 a month is a great place to start in the Philippines for sure, 100%. My
That's my
girlfriend,
wife's family lives on $250 a month, and there's 8 of them.
yeah, yeah, it can be
So it's
done.
like
Yeah,
they,
it can be
they think
done.
I'm a king living with 500.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. White Tiger laughs. My girlfriend family said I will have to buy a fridge and one of them from AC unit, but can take them with me. I don't want to haul anything though, so I guess I'll ask if they can be fixed first. Yeah, and also White Tiger Labs, talk to the landlord too, man. Like here, if I were to add another AC unit, I can actually tell the landlord, "Hey, I'm willing to leave it. You know, we can work out a deal with the rent or whatever." And a lot of times they'll work out a deal on that because one, it brings up the value of the place that they're renting, right? When you leave, if there's another AC unit, they can actually charge more for rent later on after you leave. So try to work out a deal like that. You could ask that too. Plan on starting a YouTube most likely when I'm there. Also, not sure what route for channel. I just always wanted to. Man, find a niche that you like. You know, me and Levi were talking about this the other day on how to get the growth on a channel. You know, I became eligible for monetization within 60 days of starting my channel. Never in my life did I think I'd be doing a YouTube. Um, you can do it. Just find a niche, stick with the niche. Don't bounce all over the place. If you bounce all over the place, it'll take you a very long time to grow. You will grow that way, but it takes a very long time. Stick with a niche, get that growth as you start going up, then you can sprinkle other things in throughout that you want to sprinkle into the channel. But find a niche, stick with it. The foreigner living in the Philippines is a great niche. Um, and the cool thing about living here is you will never run out of video ideas ever. I'm only buying myself and was looking at 3,500 peso apartment, but all the pros of the house will probably be worth it. Plus the 3,500, no AC, no furniture, no shower, no flushing. Yeah, I think the extra money for the house will definitely be worth it in the long run for you, and I think it'll make you a lot more comfortable here, man, for sure. Simon, I try to keep my spending at 10K pesos a week, and then my rent, water, power is an extra 11K, 10K a week. Dang, I wish I could spend 10K a week. My God. Good for you, Simon. That's a budget, man. That is a good budget. That's a comfortable budget. Um, 10K a week, man. What does that get you for 10K a week? What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you spending 10K a week on? So 11K for rent, water, and power. So you got cheap rent, water and power is good. That's awesome. And then you have 10K a week to play with. Heck yeah, Simon. That's wonderful. I'm jealous of that budget. I'm jealous of that budget, man. I wish I had 10K a week to spend. Dang, that's nice. That's really nice. My goodness.
So where were you from initially? I don't think I've gotten that.
So originally, I was born in Massachusetts, originally from Massachusetts, but I lived in South Carolina for 20 years, and then I moved here from South Carolina. Um, so yeah, that's where I came from. Came from South Carolina to here. That's why I compare the weather here to the South a lot, because in South Carolina, Georgia, all those areas, man, the summertime there is brutal, and I actually think it's more bearable here than it was back in South Carolina during the summer, to be honest with you. Um, we have our humid days here in this area for sure, but nothing like I dealt with in the South. Nothing like I dealt with in the South. Do small province dentists do yearly teeth cleaning? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Small province dentists, they do yearly cleaning. You can do 6 month cleaning, whatever you want with them. Um, they're you definitely want to go to the dentists that are closer to the province town areas and things like that. But yeah, man, in our town here, I think we've got 4 or 5 dentists. We have 3 optometrists. We've got everything right here in town. So, a lot of people again, they think province is just, there's nothing out there. You can't get anything done in the province. You can, 100%. It's going to be a lot different than it would be in the city. The office is going to be a lot more laid back and not as pristine and new and modern as you see in a city, but you're getting your teeth cleaned, you're getting your teeth cleaned. As long as it's a licensed and educated dentist doing it, you'll be good. Robinson and Save More. My wife likes good quality personal products. I joke that she must be drinking them. That's a good one, Simon. So Simon said with that budget, he goes out to eat a couple times a week. He buys groceries at Save More and Robinson. For those of you who don't know, Robinson has a lot of imported goods as well. You can get a lot of imported foods at Robinson. Robinson's a really nice place. Unfortunately, we don't have a Robinson anywhere near us. Um, and then his wife likes the good personal products. I joke that she must be drinking them. Yeah, I get that, man. I agree with that for sure. For sure. White Tiger Labs, what do you use for transferring to pesos? Do you use Gcash to hold the money you already have transferred? What I use to transfer USD to pesos is Wise. Wise is amazing. Wise is great because you get the best exchange rate you can possibly get. It gives you a better exchange rate than the banks here will give you. It's awesome. Wise is a great way to transfer USD to pesos. Then from Wise, I transfer directly to my Filipino account I have here. I have a land bank account, so I transfer directly to that. It automatically converts it. I don't lose any money in the transaction. I don't lose any money during the exchange rate. It keeps it the same. So it's wonderful. It cost me 30 pesos to transfer from USD to my land bank, Philippines land bank account here. And it's awesome. I love it because the exchange rate's wonderful. So look into Wise. Wise is great. It's a great way to transfer money. Absolutely. Worldwide, it's a wonderful way. And I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but
You
it's a
should
great
be.
thing to use. Yeah, it's a great thing to use. Reggie, same here, friend. The province lives on 200 front of month, so I plan to do 66 states. So my goal is very happy, thinking especially me, okay, with 1,000 a month plus I am a semi-retired saving. Heck yeah, man. If you can do it on $1,000 a month, life will be awesome. Life will be great, especially if like you're already you've got it planned out right, man. You know what you're doing. You know what kind of life you want to live. $1,000 a month, you can do a great job. I mean, that 250 that can be your, that you could make that towards your immediate bills, all that good stuff. You can do it, man. Province life, you can do it 100%. 1,000 a month, you can live a really good life in the province. Everil, I'd rather the 1,000 a month because you might get sick and have something on the side or those type of eventualities, and also maybe traveling, maybe once a month. You certainly need to have that. Yeah, some people need to travel for sure. They need that in their life to keep them happy. Yeah, man, absolutely. But even with people living on the $500 a month, as Levi said, he's been able to save some of that money. He's been able to invest that money. So absolutely. Again, 1,000 much more comfortable. I wish my budget was $1,000 a month, Everett. I agree with you 100%. I think 1,000 is wonderful. If I had $1,000 a month budget here, then yeah, I'd be traveling more. I'd be doing different things here in the Philippines for sure. Absolutely. I'll get there soon. But right now, I just want to show people that it is possible. It is possible to live comfortably. I have a beautiful condo, 1,000 square foot condo, eat whatever I want. Um, and I'm living, $562 a month. So, are there more things that I want? Sure, absolutely. There's always going to be more things you want. That's human nature. But $1,000 a month, I would love that one day for sure. Simon, I hear you about the temperature back at home. Summer would hit 113. Many days were over 100. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, so many of my friends back in the South will ask me, "Man, the weather there, you must be dying." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "No, dude, it's so much better than it was back in South Carolina during the summer. Oh my god." Now, don't get me wrong. We have days here where I'm like, "Holy wow, this is a hard day. This is hot." But overall, 100% better than it was back in America for sure. I agree. I used to live in the Midwest too. I lived in Indiana for a while. And yeah, we had temperatures during the summer that were 113, 115 all the time. So yeah, I feel you on that, Simon, for sure. Absolutely. And
So
Levi,
yeah,
where are you?
last year I did broiler chickens, and that's what
Yeah.
I have these cages built from. We started with a batch of 20, and then after the 45 days were up, we did a batch of 40 with the profits from the 20, and then we did a batch of 60, then we did a batch of 120, then I did the 240, and they all died.
Oh
So
man.
chicken investments are not the best investments in livestock in general. Is you can always have failures. But yeah, so
Right.
I wound up making all this profit to get to the point where I could do 240 birds and then lost them
And then
all. And then I was like,
bam.
man, that was just a fluke. I'm going to try this again. Bought 240 again. They all died again. So I lost
Oh,
500 broilers and all the cash from them last year. So like, I would definitely advise everybody to do small scale farming before you get big and to just be prepared for failure. But it is a great way to multiply your money because the broiler chickens, if you do it right, you can 2x your money in 45 days. And that's just,
that's nice.
you can't really do that with anything else.
Right.
And I was able to do it with simple cages. Like I invested $100 or $5K in these 2 cages, but I didn't even use these 2 cages for the first couple batches. I just free ranged them. It's amazing what was possible last year. But then again, I'm hesitant to try again. I did try again actually with a batch of 20, and then I bought a second batch of 20 a week later, and then all 40 died again. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna stick to native birds, Rhode Island Reds, and the DeKalb layer hens that we have. But definitely investing in livestock can be a great way to take a small budget and grow it.
Yeah, for sure. That's very smart. Simon, but winter 32 Fahrenheit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, winters definitely suck back home for sure. Everil, when I mention 1,000 a month, does not mean I will spend it every month. The rest of what I have, and you save it, medical emergency. So maybe you get a nice $200 a month apartment with hot water. There you go. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I wasn't saying that you would spend that 1,000 a month, Everil. No, for sure, absolutely, and that's why I would love $1,000 a month budget. Is I would have more money to put aside or put elsewhere, right? To invest in other areas and things of that nature. So yeah, no, I agree with you. It's a very smart way to do the $1,000 a month. Um, Absolutely. It's funny. I have so many people comment all the time about medical emergency, medical this, medical that. I am one of those people that never once think about medical at all. I never consider it. I never think about it. I haven't had health insurance in over 10 years. It's not something I worry about. I'm weird like that. I don't know. I just don't worry about it. I really don't. It never concerns me. And now where I'm at in life and where I live, if I die here, I die happy. That's the way I look at it. I'm a happy man, and I'm good to go. Yes, I know I need money if something happened. I cut my finger off or something like that, and I'll cross that bridge when that time comes. Uh, White Tiger Labs, do you sleep on the Filipino mattress? They look thin. Dude, so glad you're asking this question. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'11", right? And when I first came out here, I was a lot heavier. Okay. If you guys watch my transformation video, you'll know I lost over 100 pounds after I got here. Um, so mattresses back in America, man, I would do, I'd put a hurting on a mattress. Within 3 months, that mattress is done, especially a spring mattress. Here, they have these foam mattresses. I forgot the name of the brand. Do you remember the name of the brand? The most popular foam here? I can't
Dirt,
remember it now.
uh,
What's the name of it?
it's
I'm picturing it in
D
my head.
something.
Anyways, so they have these foam mattresses. They're about 6 inches thick. You can get different thicknesses. Mine's about 6 inches. Dude, it has been the best mattress for my back that I have ever owned in my entire life. The best mattress, and it cost me $120, the king size
Yeah,
one I got. It has been the best mattress I have ever had in my entire life. I'm telling you right now, it is amazing. And
it's not Mandawi.
no, not Mandawi.
Okay,
I'm gonna look at my mattress and I'll get the name, but let me be clear, okay? My pen pal is employed with the government, 250 is stressed, but living okay. So locals can teach me okay. I'm gonna listen. Thanks, y'all. Reggie. Stay positive, be well. Gotcha, Reggie. All right, Reggie. I understand. I understand. Thank you, Reggie. My Tiger Labs. Also, have you thought about getting the water heater for your shower or not worth it to you? Dude, for me, the hot water, I could care less if I had hot water. Honestly, could care less about the hot water. I love the cold shower. Love it. Absolutely love it. Hot water heaters are super cheap. The inline ones that you can get directly for your shower, they're very, very cheap. Some are $100. They're super easy to install. But here, I could care less. When we build a house, I plan to do hot water throughout the house. Um, because I plan to have the clothes washing machine and all that good stuff, the real ones you hook up to the water lines and all that. But as of right now, I could care less about a hot shower. A hot shower. It's been 3 years. I don't need it. Yeah, you're 6'4", good person to ask. Absolutely, man. Ever said, well, I'm going to be 64 with prostate cancer level 1, so specialized medical attention. The insurance are going to cost pretty penny. And after 60, your medical insurance is more than being under 50. Yeah, very true. Very true. And that's what I said that earlier in this live, Avril, is you know, everybody's medical expenses are different, right? Everybody has different medical expenses. They all have, and that's why when I did my budget video, I didn't include medications, I didn't include doctor visits because everybody's different. So everybody needs different levels of care, and I understand that. And man, I hope you kick prostate cancer's butt. I hope you kick its butt and you get rid of it, dude. I really do. You'll be in my thoughts for that for sure, man. I hope you're able to kick that. Yeah, Eurotex. That's it. White Tiger Labs, Eurotex. Yes, that is the mattress. Dude, best mattress I've ever owned in my life. I owned a mattress back in America that I bought. I remember I didn't have the money to actually buy it. I actually financed this mattress. It was like a $2,000 mattress. And after 3 months, I destroyed it. It was just caved in the middle. It was terrible. And here, dude, this Eurotex mattress, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's been the best mattress I ever owned in my life. And you can get Eurotex pillows here too, and they're really nice. But yeah, that was the name I could not think of. Eurotex. Thank you, White Tiger Labs. Are you taking care of your chickens there, Levi?
Yeah, I just noticed these ones were out of water, so I was getting them some water. That's all the birds in the barn have automatic waters, but my Rhode Island Reds out here, I keep them separated. They ran out of water.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I would say Rhode Island Reds are maybe the best investment when you're buying chickens. They're not nearly as uh,
Good question, White
disease
Tiger Labs.
resilient.
Hey, Levi, White Tiger
Yeah,
Labs asking, how old are you, sir?
27.
Look at
Plan
that.
is to be retired by 37
There you
on my
go.
agricultural investments. We'll see if that's just a dream or something I can make happen.
Yep, 27. Thank you, Stone Cold. Yep, Levi just answered 27 years old, and he wants to retire by the time he's 37. I believe in you. I think you can do it, man. That's awesome. That's wonderful.
As long
That
as I
is
stop
great.
wasting money on broiler chickens.
Yeah, stop with the chickens. You'll be all right. The broilers. You'll be good. Absolutely. White Tiger Labs is 27 also. Awesome, dude. Look at that. Very cool. Very, very cool, man. That is great. I love it.
Yeah, we need more young foreigners here in the Philippines. So come on out, brother.
Yeah, get more
That's
young ones
we've
out
got
here.
a real thing that most everyone thinks that I'm automatically 40 or 50 years old, just look young.
Yep, that's funny. That's cool, man. I love seeing the younger people coming out here for sure. It's awesome. I got eye cancer in 2024. Got treated on Australia. Got treated so far so good. My specialist appointment in Oslo, Australia was 820 USD, no refund. But here it cost me 600 pesos with a specialist at Dumagetti. Man, that's awesome, Simon. Big price difference. And good luck with the eye cancer, dude. Eye cancer. I've never heard of anybody having eye cancer. That sucks. And hopefully you won't have any more issues with that, man. But that's good that you can get treatment here as well. That's good. How old am I? I am 43. Tiger Labs. I am 43 years old. Just had my birthday on April 5th.
So what did you do for work when you were in the States, Randy?
My background in the States is facilities management. Um, and I did that for years. And I also owned a commercial cleaning business and janitorial service business.
Okay. That's I
Yep.
was a butcher by trade. Did that for 5 years.
Oh, that's cool.
Um, I I wish I would have. I lost my finger in 21, and I wish I would have came here with the money that I got from workers' comp. I would have had quite the
Dude, you
ideal
would have been
setup
doing,
here, but
yeah, you would have been doing
instead I
great.
went and blew it all on a slick car and a wild summer.
Party time. Yep. We've all been there, dude. That's when I first started my business back in the day, I made a killing my first year. When I first started, it was in '08 when the market crashed. and I made over 100K in that year. And for me, that was unbelievable. And all I did was party. I just partied. It was terrible. I didn't save any of it, none of it. I just partied. It was so bad. And then tax time came, and I learned a valuable lesson. Let's see. Everil Tatum again. I was 26 when I came to the U.S. in 1988 from Honduras, Central America. Awesome, man. That is really cool. Really cool. I actually have some friends back in America that are from Honduras. That's wonderful, man. I love Central America. Never been there. Always wanted to visit Central America. And the majority of the Central Americans I have met are amazing people. So very nice to meet you, Everil, and that is really cool. White Tiger Labs, I can't believe you were 6'11". I feel short. I'm 6'4". Yeah, man, 6'11". My son, back in America, I have a son that's 21 in America, and he is 6'5", 6'5". So he's a big kid too. He's tall. You guys make a great combo. Like you were both laid back. Thanks, man. Yeah, I feel the same. I think me and Levi do make a good combo. He's got that laid back approach. I do as well. Um, yeah, you know, that's what life here is all about, man. Being laid back. That's what I love it about it here. It's just so laid back, so chill, and I don't think a lot of people get it, man. It's just if you're a city guy and you've always been a city guy, I get it. But man, if you give the province life a chance and you really open your mind and heart to it and you embrace it, it man, it can change your life. It really can. Stress just melts right off of your body. It just melts away. The stress just disappears. I love it. Plus, when you see the Filipino people and how amazing they are, and how amazing they are with money, the little amount of money they get. Like you said, Levi, your in-laws, they're raising a family off of 250 US dollars, a huge family off of 250 US dollars. Filipinos are amazing with money. It's unbelievable. I mean, I see it with my wife all the time. I mean, it's unreal how good she is with money. I give her all the money. I'm like, all right, you take it because you're way better than I am at it. Like, I have it, it disappears quick. She has it, it's still in the bank. You know what I mean? Like it's always there. I'm like, God, she's so good with money, so good with money. I'm very thankful about that for sure. Planning to retire. Let's see, Andre or Anders. Sorry, Anders. Planning to retire on 1,000 US, and I am comfortable with that simplicity. Yes, sir. There you go. 1,000 US simplicity. You'll love it, man. Comfortable life on 1,000. Absolutely. Do either of you sing karaoke regularly? No, I do not. No, it would take a lot of Red Horse to get me to sing karaoke. It would take,
Yeah.
I, I've sang like karaoke once or twice, and that was when I was back in Cebu. Here I've never sang karaoke. You know what's funny too? Like my wife here, she's not into karaoke at all. You can't get her to sing it. She has no desire to sing karaoke. Um, so it's kind of cool. Yeah, we both don't like to sing. I like watching people do it. I think it's great. Filipinos are amazing at singing. A lot of them are really, really good. Some of them aren't really good, but the majority of them that you hear are really good. It's surprising. It's really surprising. Oh man. All right. How old are we at? 83 minutes. My goodness, guys. My goodness, 83 minutes. I gotta go take care of the goat and pay the electric bill. Pay the
Yeah.
electric bill. And for those of you that don't know, I don't know how it is, Levi, for you over there, but over here, you can't pay your electric bill online. You have to pay it in person. Is it like
We
that
can do
over there?
Gcash, but it is a real pain in the butt when you have to pay it in person because you got a line of 30 plus people.
Yeah. So what's cool here is, again, I am one of only two foreigners in this town of 55,000 people, right? The other foreigner, he's been here for 20 years. He's from Germany, speaks Tagalog fluently, and he's a cool guy. But for me, like, it's really cool. Like, I get there at the power place, and I love my community. I love the people here. And literally, there'll be, like you said, 30 people there. I walk up, put my ticket in, my bill in, I walk back out and I wait, and they call me up in 3 minutes, and boom, I pay my bill and I go, and I'm before all the people that were waiting. And I don't ask for that treatment, but they do it for me every time. And I'm like, you guys don't have to. Like, I'm fine with waiting. No, sir. No, 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 no. You pay now. You pay now. I'm like, okay. I'm like, thanks. Thanks so much.
Well, maybe there's a good chance to think that you're automatically a senior citizen. I mean, you don't look like it, but
Wow. Thanks, Levi. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that, buddy. Let's see. Everil, The problem with the retirement visa is that to qualify for it, you need to drop 20K in the bank. Not everyone has 20K. Yes, absolutely, dude. That is the issue. And that's the issue with a lot of the different visa options here is you got to put lot of money in the bank here. Now, that's why I stick with the tourist visa. I'm not officially married yet, so I stick with the tourist visa. It's a pain in the butt. I have to renew it every 2 months, but it's a cheaper way to do it. I stay here for 3 years. I have to exit the country here soon. I have to exit the country. I'm going to go to Vietnam for a week. I'm going to turn around and come right back and start the 3 years over again. So that is the plus side to the tourist visa. They're very open to it. It's not hard to do. They don't ask you all kinds of crazy questions. You just go renew it. Make sure you're always on time to renew it. So that's one thing to consider. You can do that, Everett. You can do the tourist visa for a while. You can still open a bank account here. You can still get your ACR card. It's an ACR tourist card, but you can get an ACR card here as well when you're on the tourist visa. It looks just like all the other tourist cards. There it is, or ACR cards, but it says tourist on it. That's all. It just doesn't say resident. But I have the lease here is in my name. I had, some guy commented on one of my videos. You can't rent any place not being married. That's not true. You can rent anywhere in the Philippines not being married. You can rent anywhere. You can open a bank account. You can do everything on the tourist visa. That's why the tourist visa is super convenient. Um, Anders, good channel. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Mara, good job, guys. Enjoyed it. Thank you, Mara, for watching. So if I arrive in Manila, I get a free 30-day visa before I have to renew my visa. The closest place is a 4-hour drive. Okay, so once you arrive, yes, you get 29-day visa. As soon as you land in the Philippines, bam, they stamp your passport. You got 29 days. The week before that 29 days is up, go to the nearest BI office and renew it. Make sure it's the week before. Go renew it. Okay. Definitely renew the visa then. You will get a 30-day renewal. Your first renewal is only a 30-day. After that, then you can renew for 2 months. In some places, people are going to argue with me on this, maybe on there right now. People might argue later watching this. There are certain areas, I just heard an update on this, that you still can get a 6-month visa. Now, the 6-month tourist visa is a pain in the ass to get. Excuse my language, but it is. The last time I applied for one, I had to go to Manila for it. They only do it at the Manila office in Quezon province or on Luzon. You have to go to Manila. And they wanted to keep my passport for up to 2 to 3 weeks. I refused. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Give me the 2-month visa. So I will not leave my passport in any building overnight, let alone for 2 to 3 weeks. My luck, that building would explode the minute I walked away with my passport in it, and I'd be screwed without a passport. So I will never leave my passport. So I don't do the 6 month, but the 6 month is still an option. I saw you can pay online for the first 1 year and not have to go in person. Correct. After your first renewal. Your first renewal, you have to go in person. When you go to extend again, when you can finally do the 2 months, yes, you can do it online. After the first year, no. After that, after you've been here a year, you have to go in every time. They want to see your face. They want to know you're still here, you're still where you say you are, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you have to go in. I hate not being able to do it online anymore. It sucks. That was a blessing when I could do it online, because I am 3.5 hours away. So it is a pain in the butt, but it's a lot cheaper than the alternative. So I'm happy with it. It
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Paying online is so expensive. Like the
Yeah.
convenience fee is ridiculous.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. Visa costs. Let's talk about that real quick. If you go back and watch my 2026 update Visa video and go to the comments section, everybody pays a different price for their Visa renewal everywhere you go. Some people that go to the same freaking office end up paying a different price. So get used to that. The price will never be the same every time you go. Some people claim it always the same. It never has been for me. It's always been different. Um, and unfortunately, that just happens. It's the way the system works here. Sometimes you're going to pay different prices. Levi might pay a different price than I pay if he was on a tourist visa, so on and so forth. This is how it works.
That's
Should I?
I'm actually no longer on a tourist visa. I'm on the 13A marriage
Yeah, you've got the
visa,
virgin
and
card
I'd
now, right?
advise anyone who's got a girlfriend, like,
Get on it.
figure out what kind of girlfriend she is, and if she's the good kind, marry her. It's a lot. It's a lot easier to do life here in the Philippines whenever you're married. Um, But
Yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure. For
you
sure.
definitely don't want to get married to the wrong girl because they do not make divorce easy.
Right.
It's basically impossible.
Yep. White Tiger Lab, should I try to drop off at Manila to renew for 1 year online or the local? Okay, so you can't renew a whole year online. So you can renew every 2 months online after your first renewal. So whatever the closest BI office is for you, go in after your 29 days, renew for that next 30 days, because your first renewal, you're only allowed a 30-day renewal. After that 30 days, then you can access online the immigration online and renew for 2 months. Now, to do a 6 month renewal, if you wanted to do that, you have to go in person to do that. Cannot be done online. But I don't recommend trying to do the 6 month renewal at all. Yeah, see, here we go. Somebody talking about the price they pay. In Tacloban office, 2,300 for 2 month extension out in 15 minutes. My office, Lucana City, I paid 3,000. What is it? 3,980. I'm out in
Yeah, that's like
15
50.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out in 15 minutes as well. So prices are different everywhere you go. A lot of people, think their price is right. Doesn't matter. It depends on where you go. Everybody's price is different. Every BI office is different. I've been to 3 different BI offices. I paid a different price at every one of them. I've done visa renewals in Cebu. The price there was a lot cheaper, closer to the 2,300, like this guy's saying. It just depends on where you are in the Philippines. Everil, renewal is $40 and doing it 6 times a year come to 240 a year. I'm off with my math. Yeah, you're about correct. Right around there, Everil. It can vary, give or take a few dollars here or there, but yeah, you're about right on that number. Math is correct. I will have to take a ferry every 2 months in person. Dang. After the first year, yeah. After your first year of doing it online, every 2 months you will have to. How much do the Filipinas want? Phil Collins, I don't understand your question. How much do the Filipinas want? What are you asking about that in particular? Bro, I paid 4,000 for my 29-day extension and 9,000 for an express ACRI with 2 months. Last time prices were different for both things. Yeah, so best value boxing. There you go, guys. You see his pricing, right? He paid 4,000 for a 29-day extension and 9,000 for an express ACRI with a 2 month. So the ACRI is your ACR card with the 2 month visa, 9,000. Yeah, I paid about that, dude. I paid probably eight something the time I did my ACR with the 2 month extension. That sounds about what I paid. The 4,000 for a 29-day. I don't know if I paid that much. I don't know if I paid that much for my first 29-day extension. I don't remember. It's been so long. I don't remember. I do know Manila office is more consistent with their pricing than the office I go to now in Lucena. When I was going to Manila, the pricing was always consistent. But here in Lucena, where I go, 3 hours from me as opposed to 8 hours, it's all over the place. The last time I got my 29-day, I paid 3K. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So 3K for a 29, that's about right. That's about what I paid. Um, you know, again, it's different everywhere. But thank you for sharing, man. Thank you for sharing your pricing on that. You know how much to make your Filipina happy? I'm guessing about 5K a month. Whoa, Phil Collins. If you're talking to any Filipina and they tell you they need a certain amount of money to be happy, you shouldn't be talking to that Filipina, man. I'll be honest with you. It's the crap you get online about, oh, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for the whole family's this, that, the third. You shouldn't be doing that. It's not like that. It really isn't. You know, I mean, some Filipinas, yes, they're looking for money. They're looking for you to have a lot of money. They don't want to work. A lot of those Filipinas have been westernized and they see a lot of stuff online and that's what they go on. But dude, I'm telling you, and I'm sure Levi can attest to this, not all Filipinos are like that. You don't need to have a lot of money to make Filipinas happy. Levi's a married man with a child. He has 500 US dollars a month. Proof is in the pudding. It's right there for you. Okay. I'm covering my bills off of $562 a month. My wife has been with me through me losing a job to not having any income at all to living off only her teacher income. Um, her family's never asked me for a dime. They're all very successful. They all have beautiful homes. They all have children and spouses. And, it's not like that. So whoever is telling you you have to have a certain amount of money to make a Filipina happy, you shouldn't be talking to that Filipina. There are plenty of amazing Filipino women out here that don't care about money or status at all. They care about how you treat them, how you love them, and that's it, man. That's it. That's my say on that. And anybody goes against that, they're very naive and they're not paying attention to the real world. Evro, Cambodia is 300 a year for the visa. Yeah, Cambodia is another good option, guys. Cambodia, I've heard from a lot of people. I've talked to a few people that live in Cambodia, expats there. Cambodia is a really good option. The pricing is really close as far as visas and stuff like that go to the Philippines for tourist visas. I'm not sure on how long you can stay in Cambodia on a tourist visa. I don't know, um, but it is an option for sure. Best value boxing. My girlfriend is the same. They never ask me for anything, even though they don't have much. Yeah, man. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Stone Cold Steve Irwin, do you say good morning and good night to your partner? Absolutely. Every day, dude. Every day. Good morning hug, good morning kiss, good night hug. Absolutely. Yeah, every day, dude. I mean, I would do that whether or not I was here in the Philippines or not. Yeah, that's a given.
What is throwing shade because I failed to do that most mornings.
Oh no, what? Oh
Yeah,
man.
I
So
did
Stone
this
Cold,
morning though. Stone Cold, you're not gonna
dude.
get me today.
Yeah, man, you got to every day, buddy. Every day. But best value boxing, thanks for sharing that, man. Phil Collins, dude. You don't have to worry about having a certain amount of money here to keep people happy or anything like that at all. Hold on a second, guys. I got somebody at my gate. I can hear a towel. Hold on.
Yeah, Stone Cold, way to throw me under the bus. We accomplished the good morning and good night.
Oh,
This last couple, the last night, this morning at least, we're starting the 30-day streak. Stone Cold. But yeah, I guess I didn't really have time while you guys were all in here to introduce myself. My name's Levi Russell. I'm from Florida. We're here in the Philippines, and yeah, I've been here back and forth since 2012. My channel is Future Farmers of Ackland. If it's not showing up on the screen, I'm sure it is. I'm
I
sure
have it
it's
in the
showing up.
description. Yeah, I have it in the description for you guys. So
Yeah,
definitely check that out.
we just started our channel in January, and we're already to 1,000 subscribers. So it's been steady rolling. We're hopefully going to get monetized before Randy.
Yeah, well, I
Or
got my
not
email to be
monetized, but
yeah,
AdSense.
I got my email to be monetized over 2 months ago from YouTube saying I was good to go, but man, I can't Google AdSense to approve an account, man. It won't accept any email I use. It sucks, dude. I'm missing out on so much money, so much income I'm missing out on. Phil Collins, I can probably swing about 4,500 a month. I'm trying to get my dividends up. Dude, Phil, man, 4,500 a month, you can live like an absolute king over here. An absolute king. Don't come over here though chasing young women and wasting it on young women. Don't do it. Dude, my wife is the same exact age as me. We are 6 months apart. And it is the best decision I ever made. When I was in Cebu back in early 2023, I did the young woman thing. It was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, dude, 4,500 a month, you can live like a king. Absolute king. You can live anywhere you want in the Philippines on $4,500 a month and live comfortably, eat what you want, do what you want. Um, but just like any budget, be smart with it. Be smart with it. Yeah, best value boxing. He says 4,500 USD, dude. You can live on half that much and live good. Exactly. Now you can live like a king on $2,500 a month. I mean, come on, let's be honest. $1,500 a month, depending on where you want to live. Don't come over here blowing that money on women, dude. It's a waste. Don't do it. The minute you start flashing that kind of money around certain women here, you're going to attract the wrong women to you. You're going to attract the wrong women to you.
And in general, I think Filipinos are honest, hardworking individuals. But if you
Very.
come in here with that kind of money, you're gonna find the scammers.
Yep. You're going to find scammers. You like smoking and drinking? Good, man. Dude, I smoke cigarettes. I got you, man. I love smoking. I roll my own here. They sell tobacco here. I can get tobacco and I roll my own because it's a heck of a lot cheaper. I can get
Where You getting like
Look,
big bags of tobacco?
yeah. Now he's look. Levi's like, wait a minute. I like tobacco. I quit, but I like it. What, you can get big bags here? Yeah, yeah. I get big bags of tobacco here for 40 pesos, and you can roll it, dude. It's amazing. It's super cheap. But yeah, smoking and drinking, Phil, on 4,500, dude. I hope now, back in my heyday when I was drinking and making great money back in America, yes, I could spend 4,500 USD, no problem in America drinking, no problem. Here, dude, beer's super cheap, gin's super cheap. If you like gin, I'm a gin and tonic guy. I love gin. I don't drink here though. I drink once in a blue moon here. Um, Once in a blue moon. I probably drink twice a year since I've been here. So the 4,500 USD, and you like smoking and drinking, you're good to go. Smoking cigarettes, I hope it is, because the Philippines is not flower friendly. Just so everybody knows that's into that. The Philippines is not flower friendly, believe it or not. They have zero tolerance for that. Zero. Just so you guys know.
Island
Um,
nation, but not the island nation you're
yeah.
thinking about.
And you know it's crazy because I think the Philippines is missing out on a huge agricultural mecca they could have if they did that. I mean, they'd make a killing. But uh, best value boxing, 100%, bro. You attract the wrong women when you get the wrong impression about the people. Absolutely. Like Levi said a minute ago, the people here are extremely hardworking. They're extremely caring. They're extremely loving, and they're very proud people, right? Like, for instance, my wife, she works, okay? She is 100% proud to have her own income. You know, she has two college degrees, one master's, one bachelor. She's working on her second master's degree right now. She's very proud. She has her own money. She does her own thing with her money. Yeah, up in the mountain areas, yes, I know they do smoke flower there, but I'm just saying a lot of the people that come here to the tourist areas and the party areas, you might be able to find it, but be careful because there's zero tolerance for that shit around the cities and all that kind of stuff. But I know in the mountains they do because they grow it in the mountains here. I've heard about that. I've heard in the mountain areas there's people that grow it. I mean, they've got the perfect climate for it. So, but you would just think. I know a lot of people think that coming to an island, like Levi just said, you know, it's the island life. You automatically think that you're gonna find flower everywhere. But yeah, Phil, you like cannabis. Yeah. Dude, there's a lot of people that move here and like it. You know, it's just like anywhere else in the world. You can find ways around it. You can find it. You can find it anywhere. If you know that life, you know where to find it. You know the right people to talk to. So that's it. I will say, when I lived in Cebu, in the province in Cebu, I witnessed more illegal use of substances there. I won't go into specifics on the substances, but I witnessed more of that there than I have anywhere else in the Philippines. Yeah, best value boxing. Yeah. The only thing you got to remember, dude, if you like cannabis, you like weed, you know, fine, whatever. You smoke it, cool, good for you. Not my thing. I never really liked it. Smoked it when I was younger, but it's not my thing. Just made me happy and hungry. That's it. So if you know, just be careful because if you are here on a visa, man, they can be very strict about stuff. And if they catch you with it or even catch you smoking it here, it's illegal to even smoke it. So not alone, let alone have it. If they find it in your system, it's illegal here. That's what I mean by they have zero tolerance for it. If it's found in your system, if you were to get tested, it's extremely illegal here. So just think about that when you're on a visa. That's all, man. You know, drinking though, that they're a drinking country. They are all for drinking here. The drinking, they have no problem with it all here. You know, it's a definitely you can have a good time. You can always find good people to sit down and have a drink with. You know, have a beer with or what have you. It's definitely a cool country for that, for sure.
I think
Absolutely.
that's pretty much why the other things are so strictly prohibited. The flower is because
Yeah.
if the flower was here, people would quit drinking,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. A lot
So,
of people would
and
quit.
then
A lot
the
of
the
people would. Yeah.
multi-billion-dollar companies would lose billions, and so they're up at
Oh
the
yeah,
top
man.
making sure that it doesn't become legal.
Yeah, the San Miguel would be hurting, man. San Miguel would be hurting. San Miguel Bruin would die out. Phil Collins says, "Let's get the Philippines legal." Good luck, man. Good luck. You can't even get them to legalize divorce, dude. They've been passing that through the House for the past 2 years here. That's the reason her and I aren't married yet because she's trying to get her divorce from 12 years ago. and that's why we're not married yet. So, you know, we have a lawyer and it can be done. It's going to have to be an annulment style, though. It's not going to be, you know, Huff Jenkum. Can you Huff Jenkum there? Trash boat. I don't even know what Jenkum is, dude. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Imagine the traffic.
Stone cold. Imagine the traffic chaos with everyone stoned. It would be interesting, that's for sure. It would be interesting. Um, that would be funny. Reggie Burns, hey man. Um, yeah, so that would be hilarious though, because the traffic is wild here. Traffic's funny. The driving here in general, though, I love it. I love the style of driving here. To be honest with you, very aggressive, and it's make your own rules. I really like it. Really like it. My favorite thing here is at night. The police here in town will set up like a checkpoint right at the crossing where 7-Eleven is. And the most hilarious thing to me here, guys, is you'll see people coming down on motorcycles, no helmet, and you know they don't have a license, the bike's not registered or whatever, and they'll stop mid-road and they'll all turn around. You'll see them keep turning around and avoiding the checkpoint. And unlike America, there's no police to hop on a vehicle or hop in a vehicle and chase them down. They just let them do it. And I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. It's so funny. I love watching it. White Tiger Labs wondering to get a bicycle ride around town. From Oakville, Ontario. Hey, from Ontario, man. Thanks for watching, dude. Honestly, I saw less accidents there than I do in the U.S. No, honestly, trash boat. I agree with you 100%, dude. 3 years in my town here, I've seen zero accidents. Zero. Zero. And I'm right on the main strip in town. I'm on the third floor. I'm always sitting outside drinking my coffee, you know, watching the town. And dude, I have not heard of or seen any accidents. So it's, I think aggressive driving is the better way to be honest with you. Phil Collins, book a ticket, dude. Do it. Book a ticket. Come over with the right attitude. Don't flash a lot of cash, man. Find yourself a good girl. Go out to the province, meet a good woman out in the province, and have a good time, man, for sure. Stone Cold, Randy, have you had any incidents with Filipinos? Levi had a incident and had to pay even though he wasn't at fault. No, I have not had any incident with Filipinos, but I do know Filipinos are very sue happy. They're very big on suing, and they will make sure they get money out of you somewhere or another if there's some kind of accident or if you cause harm to anyone. So you need to be very careful with that kind of stuff for sure. And as far as who's at fault, good luck. Good luck on that. Pray the CCTV is around, that you have CCTV somewhere in town that's working. I had a vehicle here, a government owned vehicle, back into me personally, hit my body. And I went to the police station here, and it just so happens that one CCTV camera was not working where that government vehicle hit me. So I missed out on my payday because of no CCTV.
I don't think
Uh,
CCTVs work anywhere in the Philippines.
Oh, they work, dude. They work. Because when I first got here, they actually sent me and Marjorie were walking down the pier. I didn't even know they had CCTV on the pier here, and sent her a picture. The security guy sent her a picture of us walking and holding hands down the pier because it looked so crazy. She's 4'11" and I'm 6'11", so it looked insane seeing us walk down the pier together. Um, DB, I like watching your videos. Thank you so much, DB. Best value boxing. Now, bro, Filipinos drive like maniacs. Let's keep it real. No, they do, man. They drive insane, but I gotta tell you, I really love it, man. I actually love it. Now, the kids that drive, they worry me a little bit. There's some kids out here that should not be driving trikes, should not be driving motorcycles, and they do concern me a bit for sure. They concern me. But nah, man, I love the aggressive driving. I gotta say, like, I really do. I've always been an aggressive driver, and I love the aggressive driving. That's just who I am, though. I'm weird like that. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah. Why is my light flashing like that? What's going on there? There we go. Let's see. Trash boat. I see accidents daily, and my town is half the size of where my wife lives. I've only seen an accident there, just a small fender bender too. Yeah, man, we definitely have more accidents back in America for sure than you witness here. But they do have a lot of accidents here on the highways, especially with the passenger fans. The passenger vans are probably one of the scariest things on the road here. I would have to say passenger vans are absolutely insane. Like Best Value Boxing was just saying, man, they drive like bats out of hell. They are crazy, and you do see them getting a lot of accidents. That's the one mode of transportation here I refuse to use as a passenger van. I won't do it. Yeah, passenger vans are crazy. Bus drivers are insane too. But that's my main mode of transportation when I go to Lucena City to renew my visa every 2 months. So I'm down with the bus guys, man. They're cool, but the van guys are insane. Reggie, if you look at the description on this live, I have tagged Levi's channel. It's in the description. Phil Collins, should I just sell everything before I come? All I have is Super Duty and Camper. No, don't sell anything before you come, Phil. Do not. Do not sell a thing before you come. Come here first, check it out, find a place that you want to stay permanently, then make the decision on whether or not to sell anything back in the US. Don't make that mistake. Don't sell everything before you come. I love driving here. I got my 3-wheel EV. I zoom in and out of the cars, no problem. Heck yeah, man. Zoom in and out of the cars, no problem. That's awesome, Simon. Last time I was on one. I was going to Port Barton, man. Way crazier than the bus guys. I take buses all over Luzon. Me too, dude. That's all I use is buses out here in Luzon. A lot of rollovers in those vans as well, and stories of people just disappearing in those passenger vans. Yeah, there is some scammer passenger vans out there, man. The passenger vans are scary. I've only ever used one, and it's from a guy here that I know in town that owns one, and he lets me ride shotgun. I'm allowed to ride in the front of the van with him, and that's the only way I'll ride it. Trash boat. I don't own a vehicle here at all. I did not have a vehicle yet. Um, back in America, I had a big Suburban, and then I had a 2500 Chevy Duramax um, truck. So I miss that stuff big time. Trucks here are not as big as they are back in the U.S. Uh, that's the sad thing. All the trucks are small. They're really small here. But I'd like to get a truck eventually, or even maybe one of those the nice passenger vans that aren't made for the passenger drivers, the ones that are like the luxury style. Those are nice. Those are really nice. The Toyota Hiace or whatever. Those are really, really nice.
Yeah, they're they're a good investment. My dad got one to run as an ambulance because they do medical ministry here, and there's
Oh,
been
okay.
a couple of different times where ambulances weren't available to run people because of gas or whatever. They didn't have
Right.
gas money to the hospital, and
Yeah.
so my dad bought a one so that he can get people to the hospital in emergency situations.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
uh, and yeah, I think he wound up spending like 20, 26, something like USD for a brand new one. So it's a lot,
It's not bad.
I guess, but
But it's a good
at the
investment,
same
like you
time,
said.
it's
That's not a bad.
like if you're gonna buy a
Let's
new vehicle in States, you're never gonna find one for that price.
Exactly. Phil Collins, I think I'm just going to sell everything. It's probably worth about 80K, and I got about 750K. I want to start living. Do it, man. Pull the trigger then. Do it. Why not? If you got that kind of budget, yeah, absolutely, man. Do it. Trash boat. I want to get a Baja if I move there. I love those things. Yeah, the Bajas are cool. Bajas are cool. I really want to get the new Tamaraw truck they have here. I like the Tamaras a lot. I want the new one. It's sick. But I know I won't fit in it. That's the problem. I won't fit in the cab of that at all. Uh, Simon, unlike Australia, I don't need to worry about someone cutting me off and pulling out a metal pipe, knife, etc. every time I go back to Aussie. I seem to have some confrontation, keeps me sharp. LOL. Yeah, man, that's the one thing I love about here, and I talked about this in one of my most recent videos is road rage. Like, there's no road. You don't see the road rage here like you do back in America or like Australia and things like that. Like in America, road rage is insane, insane. Here, you don't witness it, man. I'm sure they have it. I'm sure it does happen in the city sometimes. I've seen some videos online about it, but man, it's nothing like we have back in the States for sure. Hey, Tim, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Best Value Boxing. Do you guys have any experience building stuff there? Um, I've got a little bit of experience with that. The family here is building a house. I have a video on that. The house build that's going on right now. The house build is stopped, so I haven't updated. Don't don't have an updated video on that currently. Um, you know, I've already have an architect lined up for our building of our house when we're going to build it. It's just like America. You got to have an architect draw it up. You got to get the plans approved, all that good stuff. But when you hire a builder, you want to make sure you hire a licensed actual contractor. But here, you're also allowed to be your own GC, which is good. So I'll be my own GC because I have construction background as well, and I will oversee all operations of my build when it happens. Um, Trash boat, what's going on with the oil situation there? Man, here prices have skyrocketed with gasoline and diesel. They've almost tripled here. Propane, I just replaced our propane. We used to pay 1,050 for propane here. It's up to 1,600 now for propane for a propane tank for cooking, which is insane. It sucks.
That's
Uh,
the gas prices have dropped in my area 5 pesos from the peak, but it's still way too high.
yeah, yeah, they just went up again this week here.
Okay.
Um, let's see, one star flag. Hey, gentlemen and chat from Texas, new to the channel from Texas. What's up, one star flag? Thank you so much for joining from Texas, man. Tim, yo, who's your friend? Don't recognize him. All right, guys, this is Levi. Levi's channel is in the description for this live, guys. I've tagged his channel there. Go check his channel out. He's a younger expat here in the Philippines, and he's also has started a little agricultural business that he's working on. And his budget here in the Philippines is 500 a month USD, which is super interesting. Phil, this is going to be fun. I never even heard of the Philippines until last week. Now my YouTube thing, YouTube things thinks I need to go. Your feed, yeah, man, check it out. Check it out for sure. Absolutely. Future farmers. All right, everybody's asking your channel. I'm going to put it in the chat because I guess no one's seeing the link that I put in the description. So hold on.
Aeroponics or hydro? It's hydro. Yeah. Aero is pretty similar. And then they have aquaponics as well, but this is hydroponics. Oh, Stone Cold beat you to it.
Oh, did he do it? Good.
Well, I mean, I'd go ahead and still drop it in there, but he's on fire with that.
Thank you. I was going to.
I'm not sure. Yeah, his link is not clickable. But
yeah, I was going to put a clickable link there, Stone Cold. I'm putting a clickable link, dude. What I want to do anyway, if it lets me. We'll see.
Yeah, we're doing the lettuce. We have mint, strawberries. We're gonna start basil and a couple different herbs later on. Maybe today, maybe next week. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit occupied. I got about 200 more plants to do.
All right, guys, there you go. There's a clickable link for Levi's channel. All right.
Getting old want to meet young ladies. You got to be careful, though.
Yeah, Phil, be careful, man, because if you come over here, I'm telling you, chasing the young girls, flashing all that money, especially in the city areas, you're gonna get taken advantage of, and you're gonna go through. You think you got 750K, it's gonna last you forever. You'll burn through it quicker than you know, man. I'm telling you, be careful with that. You will get scammed in a heartbeat. Be very, very careful.
Those young wild girls, they'll make a mess of you.
Trash boat. Do you think the Philippines will run out of oil? No, I don't think they'll run out of oil. I think like any government, they're over exaggerating a lot, but I don't think they're at any risk of running out of oil. But I'm not going to get into any kind of political talk at all. Best value boxing. I'm going to be starting a business also, but not blogging or anything. So I'm just trying to gather info on other people, especially regarding land leasing, legalities, titles, and such. Very good.
Yeah. So the for the leases, you're going to want to go ahead and get that in front of a barangay official and or lawyer for the lease agreement. As far as business licenses goes, you're going to have to get one through the barangay. You're probably going to have to get one through your local mayor, and then maybe your state, depending on how much you make. We have business permits through the barangay as of now. Sometime later this month, we're going to have to apply for one through the mayor because we'll have reached the amount that you have. I think it's 20 or 30K. If you make more than that in a year, then you have to go to the mayor and get a mayor's permit. But
Yeah,
you definitely got to be sure to get everything, all your papers, because you will be in a mess if you don't.
yeah. There's a lot of so we got a couple businesses we're wanting to start here, and the paperwork is the biggest headache for it. There's so many hoops that you got to jump through for it, which I get it. You're a foreigner starting a business in their country, like I get it. So I'm not complaining about that, but yeah, you got to make sure you have all your ducks in a row when it comes to all the paperwork and stuff like that. And maybe we could do a collaborative video on that, Levi, for everybody. Actually, a pre-recorded video that people could go and watch on that and gives all the details on that because I know it's different in certain areas. I know all the steps you have to take here. So best value boxing, like we could help you with that for sure. Maybe create a whole video on that. Do you pay your lease monthly, Levi? Do you pay your lease monthly for that land?
No, it's biannually. That's we just gave them a lump sum for the first year, and then it's again in 2 years we're gonna give them another lump sum, and then actually after that it's completely paid for. But it was just a little bit too much money to put up front for the lease. Like I said, land's pretty expensive here, where we're at least. The
All right,
Philippines in
trash.
general has affordable land, but
Oh yeah, they really do. Trash boat just asked or just mentioned and asked an awesome question. He said, "So, what are some of the tips for Americans that want to move there? I understand it can be tricky to find employment there. Trash boat, it can be damn near impossible to find employment here as a foreigner. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Unless you have a degree in the tech industry and you have years of experience that you can offer a company here in the tech industry or the cybersecurity industry, things like that, it is very, very hard because you have to get sponsored by a company here to get a work visa. The only way you can get a work visa in this country is to be sponsored, right? To work for a company here, and they have to sponsor your visa. For instance, when I first got here, I applied, dude, I must have applied to 300 different companies here. I had interviews, I had job offers, but none of them would sponsor my visa. So I wasn't able to take any of those positions. Now, having said that, there are lots of companies that you can work remotely for in the US and live in the Philippines. I was working for a remote company. Unfortunately, they went through a big mass layoff and I was laid off. That really sucked, but it was a great company to work for. They were a good company. I got paid very well living over here. Now, my advice to you is get a remote position there first that will allow you to work pretty much anywhere, particularly Southeast Asia. Then you can come over here and you can work. And technically, there's a gray area with this. You can remain here on a tourist visa if you're working for a U.S. company being paid in USD. You can fly under the radar with that and you can technically get away with that. So the minute you start you making pesos and somebody pays you in pesos is when you have to start paying your income tax here and things of that nature. That's when the whole game changes. But I do have a video on that on my channel, Trash Boat, that you can look into too. Phil Collins, I don't want to start a business. I want to meet young ladies. Phil, we've all warned you, man. Come meet the young ladies if that's what you want to do. More power to you, buddy. Have fun, enjoy it, enjoy it. I hear you, man. If I had an unlimited budget and wanted to live a wild life, I'd do it. But I'm happy where I'm at now, and I'm settled down, and I feel great about that. Best value boxing said, man, that would be a really good video.
thanks
Okay,
for
we'll
the
definitely
sub, one
go.
star.
Yeah, thank you, 1 star. Yeah, so we definitely need to do that video. We can talk about that later, Levi. You and I will do that video for everybody if you want to do a collaborative video, if you're interested. Uh, DB says, I see a fab knife in Levi's hands. Only looking for Philippines are.
Good deal.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
was
don't know what
thinking.
happened there. I don't
Maybe
know what
he's back.
happened.
Philippines only looking for U.S. spent fuel oil.
Trash boat
Well,
says quit video. That's awesome.
that's one way to look at it.
Oh my god. Uh,
I lost your audio. Let me bounce out of here and bounce back in.
all right. I've heard paying in one lump sum is dangerous on a long because it eliminates your leverage in the event the landowner does something shady.
There we go. Now I
Best
got
value
you again.
boxing. That's why it's important to always have. Well, I'm having a lot of feedback from your audio now.
You're having feedback from mine. Let me bounce out of here again.
Yeah,
Let me see
big
if we can
time.
get this to balance.
Best value boxing. That's why it's super important to have a lawyer involved in all your transactions. Now, the one good thing about the Philippines is there that represent foreigners very, very well. So anytime you're about to do a transaction like that, man, make sure you have a lawyer present, get it notarized, have the lawyers sign off on it. You make sure whatever barangay it's in, the barangay captain signs off on it, the mayor there signs off on it, and it's all notarized and signed on by the lawyer. And that'll help protect you in that situation. Um, business for money. I'm starting a community gym for the kids. That's awesome, dude. I love hearing that. Anything for the kids is wonderful. That's great. Trash mode, I'm gonna hop off. Quit being such a horn dog, Phil. Oh man, just make enough to keep the lights on. Best way to boxing. That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about, dude. And that's a simple life, and that's a good life, man. As long as you can pay your bills, you can put food in your stomach, and you're doing something for the community, giving back. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, your audio is terrible again. I don't know what's going on. I can just hear myself the whole time.
Yeah,
But
I'm
we're
not
over
sure.
2 hours in. Maybe we should go ahead and cut it.
All right.
Go ahead and
Well,
call
we
it
can
quits.
definitely do this anytime. Next time, I'm gonna for sure buy a headset or figure out
Get
where
a
my
headset.
headset got to.
Get a headset, man. It makes the audio so much better. It helps. Team up with the local church or something. Yeah, Simon, that's a good possibility for best value boxing. Absolutely. Thanks, Stone Cold. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're gonna call it quits. And if you guys really enjoyed this, let us know. Maybe we'll do this once a week or something like that, and we'll pick different topics. I think it'll be fun.
10-4. Well,
All
I
right.
appreciate
See
you
you
giving us your
guys.
time. Catch you all
Yeah,
later.
man.
God
Thank you,
bless y'all.
Levi. Bye, guys.